Hello, my name is Dan Mathis. I'm a student in wellness class. My number is 0255431. Today I'm assessing Ariana here on the overhead global squat. So I will be setting her up through various positions for criteria, scoring a 3, a 2, and a 1, and as well as an alternate way to perform these tests. So the first one, we're going to assess Ariana for a 3 score. So I would have her face toward the camera, feet shoulder width apart, facing forward. I will have her put the stick on top of her head and raise above her head, and then I would have her squat. I'm gonna have you squat 3 times, okay? So go ahead and do those for me. As she's squatting, I'm looking for her knees going outward or inward, valgus or varus, and I'm looking for flaring of her feet inward or outward is what I'm looking for. Okay, that's good, thank you. Now I'm gonna have her turn to the side and do the same thing. I'm gonna have her squat 3 times. In this one, I'm assessing her overall positioning. I want to see 3 criteria for a 3 score. I want to see that her body line and her tibia line are both going to be parallel or in the same plane. I want to see her femur line get at least below parallel. And I want to see that her tibia or her knees don't go over her toes. And also looking at the stick, making sure it doesn't go over her toes as well. So she did a good job. She wasn't getting a little parallel enough with her femur. So if she's going to score a 2, so I'm going to set her up for a 2 score. So what I'm going to have her do is I'm going to have her place her heels against the back of that board there. Not on it, please. There you go. There you go. Back against the board. And now I'm going to have you do the squats again. Do 3 squats for me again. There we are. And again, I'm assessing for the same things. Now her heels are again on the board. I'm also assessing their tibia and her body are on the same plane line, assessing that her femur gets below parallel and that the stick and her knees don't go over her toes. Now that looks good. She looks like a pretty good 2. She looks like a solid 2 to me, right? Would you say so? I think she's a solid 2. A 10. So now if she were to be a 1 score and I would take her lower, I would have her place her heels on the board. So if you can place her heels on the board for me, please. Now I would have her do 3 squats again, the same way. Now this one, there are the 4 criteria for a 1 score would be that her heels are elevated, her tibia and her body are in the same plane line, her femur gets below parallel, and the stick and her knees don't go over her toe line. She looks pretty good. Now an alternate way that she could do this, if she wasn't able to score a 1, a 2, or a 3, I could have her place her hands on her thighs and I could have her squat to chair level. Now when she does this, I would be assessing those other 3 criteria, making sure her femur gets below parallel, her tibia and her body are on the same plane line, and that her knees don't go over her toes. These are what I would use to assess a global squat. I would say that Ariana is a solid 2, and she did a great job. Thank you, Ariana. High five.